First name, Mr. Last name, Glass.
Welcome back, Swag Team. It's your boy, the Swagologist, back again with another movie review, and today we're doing Glass. M. Night Shyamalan's back again with another movie in his sequel trilogy that we didn't even know was a trilogy and up until the end of Split, where you see David Dunn turn around after these people are looking at the screen and they're talking about James McAvoy's character, Kevin Wendell Crumb, talking about his character, and then all of a sudden they was talking about there was another guy that went into an institution in a wheelchair, blah blah blah, doing all these things, and he was like, yeah, Glass. And I was like, whoa. Well, I wasn't, because I'd never seen Split up until recently, because all of my Swag Team members told me, you have to see this before you see Glass, you have to see this before you see Glass, and I was like, you know what, y'all are right. So I went and I actually saw Unbreakable first, then Split, then went to go see Glass, and I was so rewarded with all the great, Easter eggs and all the great fan service that M. Night Shyamalan put in there so elegantly. He put it in there perfectly. Like, I loved all of the styles of, like, giving you what you wanted without giving you like, hey, this is fan service. It was more like, oh, fan service, that's what's up, appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? That was nourishment for my fan service soul, you know what I mean? So I appreciate that, M. Night. He did really well with that. The characters were awesome. Like, all the performances were good. Like, I definitely loved the main three's performances. Like, Samuel L. Jackson was amazing as Mr. Glass. I think he was even better in this than he was in original, even though you could say in Unbreakable he had more to say, but there's reasons for that I'm not going to get into too much. But I do love his performance, and I think, like I said, I still think he was almost even better in this than he was in Unbreakable, and that's saying something because he's really good in Unbreakable. Speaking of which, if you haven't seen Unbreakable, just like those people that tell me I haven't seen Split and I needed to see Split, I really think you should see Unbreakable, then Split, then go see this. Now, I ain't gonna lie, nowadays, if you go back to that movie, it seems like it's a slow build, but it's just because it's a man discovering something, discovering why he survived that crash. Not what you think it is based off of what's going on now. You know what I'm saying? It's different. So I would give it another shot, definitely. And for people that have loved Unbreakable or want to get that good connective tissue, watch Unbreakable, watch Split, and then go see Glass. You'll be rewarded, I'm telling you. It gives you all the goods and all the oh my gosh type stuff. So definitely try and do that. But I mean, the movie itself will give you the backstory that you need, but it won't let you connect to the characters as much as someone that knows the whole trilogy, like knows all the other two movies, very well. So if you get them fresh in your brain, then it's like, boom, perfect for you. So I definitely recommend doing that. But like I said, Samuel Jackson was great, and then James McAvoy was exquisite, like excellent. I love. He is like a phenomenal actor. The way he can just, like, he can be in a conversation and split through different personalities like this, and keep going, like keep the conversation going, even though he's turned to a whole different person, and you feel like he's a whole different person. His demeanor changes, his voice changes, and you can tell, and you can almost, like, after a while, once you get to know the different personalities he has in his head, you can learn who he is after a while. I mean, some of them will, like, don't know per se, especially with the Horde taking over and keeping the control of the light, so you don't know who is who. But like the main people, oh, Patricia, Hedwig, Dennis, what was his name? No, for some reason I'm thinking Broly in my head because I was just looking at the Dragon Ball Z thing, well, Dragon Ball Super thing, video movie thing. But anyway, something with a B. I think it's Benny or Brandon. Shout out in the comment section below. Y'all know who I'm talking about. His other personality that they kept dormant in Split. you know, so hopefully y'all can tell me in the comment section below. But yeah, James McAvoy was amazing in this movie, once again, and a lot of his stuff kind of made the movie funny because a lot of people was laughing in my theater where he would switch different person altogether. But he did a really, really amazing job as Kevin. And then Bruce Willis, he didn't phone it in because a lot of people are saying he's been phoning it in lately in his career or whatever. But in this one, he did not phone it in whatsoever. He kept doing what he needed to do, and he was the straight man, you know. So he was still kind of like solid. But I mean, he brought David Dunn to this story very well. I mean, he played as David Dunn perfectly because David Dunn was kind of like this in the first one for sure. Kind of mysterious, kind of quiet, straight man, cool, good guy, but you know, you're not gonna get a ton of emotion out of him. But I love what M. Night did with this. I mean, this is a story. This is basically what superheroes would be like in real life, like, you know, because you would think superheroes in real life would be like they are in, like, you know, in Marvel films and stuff like that. I mean, it's still a hyper reality version of what they may really actually, like, this feels like what a superhero would be like in the real world, you know. And I like that. I appreciate that. You know, do I still dream that Spider-Man, I could get Spidey powers and become Spider-Man and do some actual Spidey shit? Yeah, of course. Why not? I mean, that's my favorite superhero, so of course I think about it sometimes. But the way this movie was, I was like, well, this kind of feels more realistic to if a superhero ended up being in real life. This is how this would feel, you know, and a supervillain and all that other stuff, you know. So I was like, interesting. But you know your boy Shyamalan's ready to hit you with a good old Shyamalan twist. I mean, he just straight Shyamalan your ass, you know what I'm saying? Got a dab for that. You know, he straight Shyamalan you in a minute. And he definitely does that at this one, but I'm not gonna, you know, spoil anything. I still think I feel like I'm doing a spoiler review later on this weekend coming up, or this Thursday coming up. I think I may do a spoiler review for this, but yeah, Shyamalan did a really good job with this. I enjoyed it a lot. Like I said, all the performances were done very well, and like the Shyamalan twist is always gonna be there, and it was there in this one. And I think the Shyamalan twist really is at least the ending, because there was a couple of twists. Of course, you know Shyamalan's always good for like one or two twists, and you're like, oh, is this the twist? And then it's like, oh no, this is the twist. Oh no, this is the twist. You know what I'm saying? So he's always good for that. But I think because of the ending, people are gonna either hate this, or, well, not necessarily hate it. Some people may hate it. I doubt it though. It's mostly positive. But I think people are gonna either not like it as much or love it. And see, that's the thing about Rotten Tomatoes. Just because a movie's in the negative doesn't mean, or like in the Rotten, doesn't mean that all those reviews are like totally smashing the movie. Some of them are just like below 5, and if it's below 5, it's negative. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. But my Swagyu grade for Unbreakable and Split are pretty high, and Glass fits the bill. So my Swagyu grade for Glass is a solid A plus. A plus. Can't give it an A plus plus. You know, because matter of fact, can I give it an A plus? Yes. The more I sat down and thought about it, because at first I was gonna give it just a straight A. But I'm gonna give it an A plus because the movie, you feel like it's gonna go one way, and I mean it kind of does, but it still goes a different way, and that different way I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the story Shyamalan was giving you. Like, he was giving you something greater than the story itself. He wants you to think outside of this little box that you're watching. Like, you get all the stuff that you need out of it, but there's a bigger thing they're trying to give you, you know, through the film. And it's actually from one character, which is awesome. But it gives you a better look. It's like a message he's giving you, and if you can catch that message, it's amazing, and I love it. Like, I mean, that's what made the movie even better. So yeah, that's what my swag you grade for it is. Let me know how y'all feel about Glass in the comment section below. If you're new here and you're trying to join this swag team, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, or hit it right here when it pops up on the side with my face. Also, if you want to be the first of the swag team to see a video when it pops up, make sure you hit that notification bell. It'll pop up when you subscribe, all right? Also, we got a Twitter, IG, Facebook. We're all across the social media world. Facebook is easy. It's the same as the channel, The Swagologist. But if you want to find me on Twitter or IG, make sure you hit @SwagologistD. That is @SwagologistD. And you can meet me on the Twitterverse or on the gram, where we can talk all things swag you, all things Swagologist, and all things Glass. But yeah, let me know how y'all feel about Glass in the comment section below. Tell me if you've seen it already. Do you plan on seeing it tonight? Do you plan on seeing it tomorrow? Let me know in the comment section below. And until the next video, I love y'all. I'll holla.